You have no relationships.
I don't want any relationships.
You alienate people.
I've been alienating people since I was 3.
Oh, come on. Drop it. You don't think you've changed in the last few years?
Well, of course I have. I've gotten older. My hair's got thinner. Sometimes I'm bored. Sometimes I'm lonely. Sometimes I wonder what it all means.
No, I was there. You are not just a regular guy who's getting older. You've changed. You're miserable, and you're afraid to face yourself.
Of course I changed!
And everything's the leg? Nothing's the pills. They haven't done a thing to you.
They let me do my job. And they take away my pain.
So what do we do?
We wait.
For what?
For something to change. It's one of the great tragedies of life. Something always changes. Clubbing, shrieking.
What are you doing?
Sorry, it's driving me nuts.
You ain't washing dishes.
People change.
Since when does House hang out at OTB?
Man's an addict.
Right, addicted to pills, not gambling.
It's the same thing. Drug abuse, drinking, gambling. They all fire up the same pleasure centers in the brain. An addict is an addict.
Gambling doesn't take away his pain.
Does when I win.
Who reads those things?
Maybe she didn't read it because she knew that there was nothing wrong with her. There is another explanation for the Cushing's. Maybe she injected herself with the ACTH. Her behavior suggests Munchausen's.
Colchicine decimates your white blood cells, leaves almost no trace. It's great for faking your way into
I
hospitals.
didn't fake my way.
Shut up.
You couldn't live with Foreman as your boss.
Why not? People could change, you know?
White count is way down. We're gonna need to admit you. Just run a few more tests.
Whatever you think is best.
Last race at Belmont, put it all on the 5 to win.
Is your patient gonna be all right?
Physically, his chances are good.
Physically?
Two people who weren't meant to be together. Maybe they'll get a happy ending just because they both want it so much.
Yeah, that's usually the way it works.
He loved her enough to convince himself he could change.
But he couldn't, could he? I'm gonna talk to Mark tonight, and I'm gonna stay here with you.
Don't do it.
This isn't funny, Greg.
I know.
You spent all these months chasing me. Now I'm here and you start running? What the hell changed?
Nothing. Nothing changes. I'm not gonna change.
Who asked you to?
Mark is willing to do whatever it takes. I'm not. Never was.
What the hell's wrong with
I
you?
can't make you happy.
What?
How do you think this is gonna end? At some point, you will need something more. You'll need someone who can give you something I can't. You know I'm right. I've been there before.
Oh. It doesn't have to be.
It does. It does. I don't want to go there again.
You're an idiot. You don't think she'd be better off without you.
Right. I set her off on a whim.
You have no idea why you sent her off.
Don't do this.
This was no great sacrifice. You sent her away because you've got to be miserable. You don't like yourself. But you do admire yourself. It's all you've got, so you cling to it. You're so afraid if you change, you'll lose what makes you special. Being miserable doesn't make you better than anybody else, House. It just makes you miserable.
Room 2134.
One patient?
The coma patient?
You haven't changed a bit. You took shortcuts in med school. You're taking shortcuts now.
Marriages don't fail because couples get bored. They fail because while they're dating, people pretend to be the person they think their partner wants, and then, well, there's only so long you can keep that up.
Maybe they are that person while they're dating, but then they change.
People thinking their partner will change, that's another reason marriages fail. People don't change. At least not in any way that really matters.
I need him to react. I need him to act like a human being. I need him to get over this boring near-death rebirth.
I have changed. It's not something you get over.
Nearly dying changes everything forever. For about 2 months. 2 months is too long. I need the guy I hired back now.
No matter how much your misery loves company, it's not getting mine.
She's entitled to refuse treatment.
You have to change your mind. You can't just walk away.
Fine. Go on in there and tell her that every day is a blessing. So you killed your baby. Shake it off. Think positive. At least you're alive. Kind of hard to sell when you don't believe it, huh? You never believed it. You just wanted all that crap you went through to mean something. Well, it didn't mean anything. It never does. Welcome back.
Why are you doing this to me? I was happy.
We're aspiring to be content.
Don't give me a semantic argument. I was content with the way things were. That's what happiness is.
Yeah, if we were all just satisfied with what we had, what a beautiful world it would be. We'd all slowly starve to death in our own filth, but at least we'd be happy.
G-Man!
You thought I was gonna do it, didn't you?
Do I know you?
Come on, it's me, Crandall.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Man, I can't believe
Unless you mean Dylan Crandall, the man who'll believe anything. Because I just made you believe that I...
You haven't changed. Heard about your leg.
Yeah, pulled a hamstring playing Twister. Just gonna walk it off.
You're jealous. He's maturing, he's accepting responsibility. You're emotionally stuck at 17.
He's manufacturing responsibility. He's not maturing. He hasn't changed at all.
So if there's no diagnostic issue, why are you taking the case?
Treatment can be interesting.
Not to you.
I've changed.
No, you haven't.
No, I haven't.
So why are you taking the case?
Guy tried to kill himself.
The guy had cancer. He's a lump. He hasn't been able to touch his wife, speak to his kids.
He's been in that chair for 8 years. His muscles have atrophied. Maybe I can help him with the pain. Isn't that enough of a reason to want to help?
Not for you.
I've changed.
No, you haven't.
Why am I taking this case?
I don't wanna go alone.
All change is bad. It's not true, you know.
I don't wanna go alone.
Because 10 years ago, you got an A in calculus until you ratted yourself out. Showed your professor a mistake he missed. Because you married a man.
Don't go there.
You used to be someone who did the right thing. House has changed you. Do you think it's all been for the better? See this big fancy wing? It was built because this program works.
Faulty logic. This big fancy wing exists because some people with money think that it works, want to believe that they can buy a better world. This is nothing short of idealized despair. Let other people wallow in it.
I don't even know what that means.
None of this means anything. It's just nonsensical slogans and platitudes.
Meaning takes time. It takes work.
What do you think I've been doing?
You've been here for 2 days. Talk about wallowing in it. We all get it. We know how much pain you have. You're here to deal with that and get on with your life.
Right. I should have an affair with a dying patient and move into a hotel.
You're a coward, House. You find fault in everybody because you're afraid to look at yourself.
Thanks. I was running short on platitudes. You can leave now. I had no business blaming you for any of this. I know you were just trying to help me. Protect me. That's what friends do.
Is this an apology?
Part of the program. If you don't like it, I can stop.
Not at all. It's just so unfamiliar. Please, keep going. Your buprenorphine?
Get these from the pharmacy or from Voldemort?
Voldemort. Why? What difference does it? That's Vicodin. He's been slipping you Vicodin.
No. He'd be risking his minimum wage job to do that.
The whole time?
My higher power said it was okay.
Nothing's changed?
Nothing's changed.
The apology. You didn't need to do that to make this work.
Believe what you want.
Good night, House.
Statistically, there was always a chance this could happen. The fact that it did happen doesn't change anything. The world doesn't suck any more today than it did yesterday.
I know all that.
Well, then what do you want me to tell you?
Nothing. I just want to talk.
About nothing. If we talk about nothing, nothing will change.
It might.
How?
Time. Time changes everything.
That's what people say. It's not true. Doing things changes things. Not doing things leaves things exactly as they were.
Has anything terrible ever happened to you?
What do you want me to say?
You wanted this conversation. You wanted to talk about something that matters. Talk.
It's not as bad as what happened to you. I don't think. I don't know what happened to you. But given how lousy you're responding, I assume it was worse than getting abused by your grandmother.
What did she do to you?
My parents traveled a lot. They'd leave me with her. She liked things the way she liked them. She believed in discipline. She was right, I suppose, because I hardly ever screwed up when she was around. Too scared of getting forced to sleep in the yard or take a bath in ice. Your turn.
Is any part of that story true?
All of it.
You wouldn't keep calling her Alma. Something would have to change.
You don't know me.
You wouldn't keep calling her Alma.
Look, you're overreacting.
Do not dismiss me.
I'm not dismissing you. I'm saying you're not acting rationally.
I'm angry because you were lying to me.
No, you were.
What can I do? What the hell can I do that you're not going to dismiss as just being because I was raped?
Nothing.
Your story. true.
True for somebody. It was true.
What was?
Was my grandmother, but it was true.
Who was it?
It's my dad.
I'd like to tell you what happened to me now.
I'd like to hear it.
It was my friend's birthday party.
Well, I've been here before. Sat on the floor.
You need to show him that you really do care.
Don't. Foreman's not the only chocolate-covered cherry in the box.
House, you play a guitar you got in 9th grade.
8.
You're living in the same apartment for 15 years. You drive a 10-year-old car. You are not good with change.
That used to be true, but I changed.
I don't really care if Foreman stays or goes, but
You're fired.
what, because I yelled at you?
Because you've been here the longest, learned all you can, or you haven't learned anything at all. Either way, it's time for a change.
House fired me.
What?
Because you yelled at him?
Time for a change was the official explanation.
It makes no sense.
Since when does House make
It
sense?
always makes sense.
He's angry.
Yes, it's all about you, Foreman. He's upset you're leaving, so he fires Chase.
House, I'm busy. You have a team. Run your differential with them.
Foreman and Cameron are doing CPR.
Then you shouldn't have fired Chase. Change is fun, huh?
I'm a good man. Baby, both hey, baby, both hey. You and I both hey, baby, both hey. Baby, we both hey, baby, both hey. Dry spells, hard times, and badlands. I'm a good man for you. I'm a good man.
Hey, you actually do want to stay, don't you?
I think I do.
Every one of those idiots got some insight about themselves from the pig salesman. Not one of them did anything about it. People don't learn, they don't change. You did. You're a freak.
So, how long should I give the cells to fatten up before I check them?
A couple hours. Or you could stop being a hypocrite and take the prednisone now.
Not bending to your will makes me a hypocrite.
If your psych patients demanded lab results, you'd never make a diagnosis.
So I'm wrong. You sleep like a baby. Your life is unfolding as you dreamed.
Everyone is miserable. You don't change that because people don't change.
You want to believe that because then you're freed from any responsibility for your misery.
Oh, shut up. Get enough of this from Wilson. The woman didn't just choose to keep kosher. She went directly to the extremes of Hasidism, a life of stringent rules. She became a masochist.
She didn't like her old life, so she changed it.
People don't change. They might want to, but even need to.
Taub gave up a 6-figure plastic surgery career for this job. That mean he has porphyria?
He switched jobs to save his marriage. He did it to avoid change.
He's right. You don't suddenly choose crazy without suddenly being crazy.
No, if she walked away from everything to go base jumping or live with apes, we wouldn't be having this discussion.
We would if she was also tinkling blood out of her overexcited bladder.
My wife's body is sick. Her mind and soul are fine. I want a new doctor.
Starting her an indomethacin for the cryoglobulinemia.
People don't change. For example, I'm going to keep repeating, people don't change.
So alcoholics that successfully go through treatment don't exist.
They're still alcoholics. They never take a drink as long as they live, as long as they didn't live long enough.
If you're dissatisfied with your life, changing it is a symptom of mental health. I get why that concept is strange to you.
You can't have your eyes open to something and not act on it.
I haven't had my eyes opened. I just don't think they're crazy anymore.
Then they have something to offer.
She's living proof that sane people can make radical changes, but House, he thinks he can bully.
No literal and horror.
I'm sorry?
I think she's telling you to stop deflecting.
Bisexual.
What?
I could hear them talking from inside the MRI.
Hear who? I heard the word sex.
It was interesting.
What was interesting?
It doesn't matter.
We're doctors. We never know what's gonna matter. She said sex.
If she wants to tell you when she wakes up.
Yeah, these people aren't gonna change you at all.
You're not worried this relationship will fail. You're worried it'll succeed. That Wilson will no longer be at your beck and call 24/7, that your best friend will change.
People don't change just because they wish they could.
And it bugs you that he wishes he could. You'll never lose your friend, House. You're the long-distance runner of neediness.
All my life, I thought I had to choose between love and respect. And I chose respect. And with Wilson, I know what it's like to have both. And that beats a fellowship. Could be DIC.
You've changed.
I hope so.
I've decided you could do worse than a female proxy for me.
So you're going to acknowledge that people can change?
Nope.
You think I've changed or Amber's changed?
Nope.
Then you've changed.
If you do change, can it be the part of you that chases me down halls trying to change me?
You really think I've been in love all these years with a symptom?
If syphilis caused lesions in his brain and the lesions caused personality changes, you may notice a change in him as his condition improves.
I know my husband, he's not gonna change.
You should get yourself tested.
How about serum protein?
It's positive.
Kind of assumed he had protein. It's how much protein he has that we care about.
It's positive for syphilis.
Do you mind if I give you a performance review?
Not the patient. House. He has syphilis.
You have syphilis.
Love lasts forever.
No, I don't.
One of us found a vial of your blood in the lab.
Which one of you?
It's treatable.
Boy filled a prescription.
You okay?
So, this is why he is who he is.
We don't know.
We know. It's not just a coincidence.
Wilson says he's always been a jerk.
But he got worse.
After his leg.
The leg was a coincidence.
A million different things make us who we are. You change one, you change everything. Mozart was better adjusted. Decides to play catch one day. Maybe there's no magic flute.
Zone could cause roid rage, which could cause hypertension, which results...
Roid rage after 6 hours?
That rate by sundown, and they'll beat most of us.
It still could be penicillin, allergic reaction.
How does a fried liver put him into a rage?
It's not frying his liver, it's frying his syphilis. Penicillin's working. The real patient is emerging.
So syphilis prevents domestic violence. I'm going to be even more attractive to the ladies.
I was going to test for a heart issue before the syphilis. PFO could explain the heart attack, and reduced blood flow to the brain could explain the rage.
Well, they're all good ideas.
We gave Van Gogh chelation therapy. Turned him into a house painter.
Maybe not. Maybe we just put Hitler on Ritalin.
This is not good.
He respected our opinions. He mocked himself. He was civil. We shared.
He didn't care.
He never cares.
He didn't vote. He always cared about one thing, solving the puzzle. But he was irrelevant to that diagnosis. He had no opinion of his own. He now cares about nothing.
My team thinks that I have syphilis.
Do you?
Not yet. Now, they think that I'm on penicillin.
Is this some clever practical joke that I'm not aware of?
And as I get better, I get nicer.
That's brilliant.
Foreman thinks I actually value his opinion. Thank God he said PFO, or I've had to do some dancing.
It's been asymptomatic for 10 years.
Not quite. Your brain's been swollen. Not enough to see, but enough to alter your personality.
Now we're back to that.
He screamed at you. You don't think he can change?
That was because of the drugs.
If you're unhappy on the plane, jump out of it.
I want to, but I can't.
It's the problem with metaphors. They need interpretation. Jumping out of the plane is stupid.
What if I'm just in a place I don't want to be?
Yes. What if you're actually in an ice cream truck, and outside are candy and flowers and virgins? You're on a plane. We're all on planes. Life is dangerous and complicated, and it's a long way down.
So you're afraid of change?
You're afraid to change. You'd rather imagine that you can escape instead of actually try. Because if you fail, then you got nothing. So you'll give up the chance of something real so that you can hold on to hope. Thing is, hope is for sissies.
I'm going back on the road with Patty. My replacement flamed out. She says I can manage some projects on my own, carve out more of a role.
Do you really think she can change?
I don't know. The truth is, I'm not sure
You can change.
No. I'm not sure I want her to change.
I like you better now that you're dying.
I was wrong.
You took a shot.
She's going back to work for that idiot.
It's pathetic.
You thought something would change?
She almost died. Because of that job, yeah, I thought...
Almost dying changes nothing. Dying changes everything.
You want to investigate him because he ate a donut?
Claimed he had a morning meeting at Mickey's Diner. Wilson loves Mickey's Diner. He has the French toast tower whenever he sets foot in the door. There's no way he would have come to work wanting more carbs. He lied to me. I need to know why.
What do you think you'll find out?
I'm worried that he might be a spy.
He's been gone 4 months. You're worried the friendship has changed.
Just not sure if he's working for Hirohito or the New England Patriots.
You played a practical joke on him. He didn't laugh.
Needs something to lord over him. A lie.
He didn't try to retaliate. He moralized.
He always moralized.
When he was moralized and got even, he hasn't fired back.
Things always change.
And that sucks.
The agoraphobia, could it...
Nope. Lead wouldn't have started to disintegrate until years after.
But it could have exacerbated the fear.
I don't need to change.
I know you think that, but your life could be better. You'd have choices.
He's lying.
About what?
About everything. About his life. He doesn't even think he's happy here. He's miserable.
I got everything I need.
Yeah? Well, then why did Taub find rose petals in your entry hallway? Struck me as a little weird. Thought it might be medically relevant. It actually just told me that you were pathetic. The day you crashed in your entryway. It was your girlfriend's birthday. weren't there for the mail. We were trying to go lay flowers on her grave. Yeah, he's got PTSD. Yeah, he's agoraphobic. He's also a coward. You want to change your life? Do something. Don't believe your own rationalizations. Don't just lock yourself up and pretend you're happy.
Think about her all the time. Always on my mind. I didn't know about love. All that I should do is true. All that I should do is true. I'm in love with a girl, the finest girl in the world. I didn't know this could happen to me.
Starting tomorrow, you'll come to my office for your fix.
I'm done with the methadone. You screwed up.
The kid's parents wanted that MRI.
I knew he didn't need it. I did it anyway. That's what got him sick.
You just solved a case that no one else could solve.
I created a case. I played nice because I was in a good mood, because I didn't hurt.
You don't need your pain to be a good doctor.
I'm not interested in good.
You're afraid to be happy.
Why do you care if I'm happy?
You're afraid of change. The one thing you have is your intellect. You think if that's compromised, you have nothing. Just take it.
No.
Don't do this.
It's already done. This is the only me you get. I want to get better. Whatever the hell that means. I'm sick of being miserable.
So you like to be happy?
Again, with the reflecting, yes, I'd like to be happy.
Being happy is an excellent goal.
SSRIs? That's your genius technique?
I don't think we should ignore any tools that can help. I know you don't have a problem taking drugs.
For my leg. For pain.
Well, think of this as being for psychic pain.
I don't want to change who I am.
Miserable?
You're helping. Voluntarily.
He's done 6 already.
Figures you might be getting backed up in the holiday season and all.
So which one of us slipped through the wormhole into an alternate dimension?
I have always loved to travel and paint. Lucky number 7.
House. I know you're trying to be nice, but I also know you're doing it because you have an agenda.
Wow.
Is this a bad agenda or a good one? Either you're trying to screw with me or you're trying to show me that you've really changed.
I've decided what I'm going to do about Cuddy and Lucas. I'm going to break them up.
Of course.
So which is it? I'm dying to know. The fact that it theoretically should work doesn't make it any less stupid.
Of course it does. It's exactly what you would do.
I'm me, you're you.
And a table is a table.
And chemo is poison. And double chemo is double poison. And I can handle it when things go wrong. You can't.
I'm a little disappointed.
Disappointment is anger for wimps. You don't have to be so gentle about everything. It's okay to get angry once in a while.
You can't change a table.
Actually, you can. You just need a coat of paint and the guts to use it.
Sounds like you had fun last night.
You believe Chase?
I believe Foreman, and they had fun with you. What happened?
I realized that they could be my friends.
You're serious?
And then I sobered up.
You weren't that drunk. You managed to find your way into your own little bed last night.
I think I sleep better in rocket ship sheets.
No, you want to blame this on the booze, but that's easy. Change is hard.
And wisdom is knowing the difference between what you can change and what you were born with.
And cowardice is labeling what you don't want to change as innate. I was winning this argument.
I had all these doctors telling me I should amputate, and I said no. And they did this very risky operation. I almost died.
But you saved your leg.
I wish I hadn't. They left me with this mutilated, useless thing. And I'm in pain every day. And it changed me. Made me a harder person. A worse person. And now I'm alone. You think I can fix myself?
I don't know.
'Cause I'm the most screwed up person in the world.
I know. I love you.
This isn't gonna work.
That's it? You can't just say that and shut up.
It's just a statement of fact. It's not a debatable proposition.
Right. Because you can see the future.
No, but I can see the past. And you're gonna remember all the horrible things I've done. And you're gonna try to convince yourself that I've changed. Then I'm gonna start doing those horrible things again because I haven't changed. And then you'll realize that I am an insane choice for someone who has a kid. I have done horrible things to you. And I'll do horrible things again to you. Because of one stupid moment with a dying girl in a pile of rubble. You think I can change? Tell me where I'm wrong.
I don't want you to change. I know you're screwed up. I know you are always gonna be screwed up. But you're the most incredible man I've ever known. You are always gonna be the most incredible man I have ever known. So unless you're breaking up with me, I am going home now.
I love you.
3 weeks isn't so bad.
It's not 3 weeks. It's what he's always done, just one more tour.
Sorry.
Now, the pathetic thing is, I let myself believe that he could change. He could be this other guy. There's nothing worse than loving someone who's never going to stop disappointing you.
You have 3 kids of your own.
It's not even a question. Of course I'll be Rachel's guardian. And House is cool with this? I mean, you guys...
We've only been together a few months.
Seems like a lot longer. Probably because you've been talking about him for 10 years. And by talking, I mean ranting about wanting to smash his teeth in with a stapler for being such a jerk.
People change. Pain happens when you care. You can't love someone without making yourself open to their problems, their fears. And you're not willing to do that.
I came to be with you.
But you weren't with me, not really.
I wanted to be.
That's not enough.
I can do better.
I don't think you can. I'm sorry.
No. Don't.
I thought I could do this.
Don't. Please don't.
Goodbye, House. I love you.
You knew he was an addict before you got involved.
End the relationship.
You knew he was an ass.
I didn't end it
You
because...
told him you did not want him to change.
And I was wrong.
You don't know that.
Once this case is over, you go back to surgery?
That's the plan.
I think that's a mistake. I think you should go back to surgery.
I just said I was.
No. You said it was your plan, which means House might be right, and you might be lying to yourself.
Would it be so terrible? You chose House over surgery.
My time here changed me in ways not everyone in my life thought was for the better. No masses, moving on to bone windows.
Were those people right?
I think when you do change, it's not so simple to go back.
That kind of cash, he has a chance to turn a miserable life around.
Miserable stays miserable. Happy doesn't buy lottery tickets in the first place.
Our level of happiness is set. It's in our DNA. No cash payout's gonna change that.
It's like there's two of me. What are you doing here?
You hoping for someone else?
Hot nurse, candy striper, someone who doesn't speak English, someone who doesn't speak judgmental.
You're an ass.
What, for trying to walk on a freshly mangled leg? Performing surgery on myself for thinking I could solve my emotional problems with rat medicine?
Come on. Listen to me. You can't keep going like this. Something has to change.
Can I pee first? I know. I want things to go back to the way they were before we started dating. No more bad feelings, no more issues, just work. Thanks for coming.
I haven't even spoken to you since you hurt yourself.
I was self-destructive. It won't happen again. I'm making changes. I'm gonna stop doing stupid things.
Great. I swear to God, stay out of my personal life.
Where's the downside here? Huh? Jerry is cute. He's a senior VP. He kite surfs in Costa Rica every winter, and he loves his mother.
Seasonally? Or was that just the kite surfing?
Is this about House?
What? Like I secretly wish I could alter the laws of the universe, change who we are, and magically make it work out?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm asking.
And my sarcasm indicated no.
No, your sarcasm indicated you wanted to avoid actually saying anything.
You stood me up.
Sorry. Should have scheduled my patient's internal bleeding for Thursday.
You're still playing the same petty, passive-aggressive games.
Got you to go all the way to the second floor of the building you work in. Boy, did I screw with you.
You said you were going to change.
Check the sign. It says you gotta treat me with intensive care.
I'm expressing my anger. You should try it. Right now. Let's finally have our fight.
All we do is fight.
No, all you've done is pull pranks. Or have temper tantrums with Wilson. Never me. Marry, mail order prostitutes, make me go to your wedding.
Dominica is a licensed esthetician.
You cut open your own leg.
So all this was about you.
You don't think it was even related? House, we've never even had a conversation about our breakup. You are obviously still angry at me, and it's hurting both of us.
You've chosen this moment to give me crap about my Viking niece.
You filled this 3 days ago. Now it's almost half gone.
So's my leg.
It's a month supply. The amount you're taking has nothing to do with physical pain.
Okay. So maybe I am trying to numb myself a little. Because I'm trying to change. I'm trying to stop being self-destructive.
So you can only handle not self-destructing by being self-destructive?
What do you want from me?
I don't know, House. But I'm worried about you. I don't know how many times I can watch you cut off pieces of yourself. Now it's the ICU, next time it'll be the morgue. You're miserable. And you're angry. And I want you to actually deal with that and not just try to medicate the issue away.
You can look at the patient file if you want.
You trust me?
Any reason I shouldn't?
You're really not good at reading people, are you? Or buildings.
People are complicated, and people change.
Not that much to the first and not at all to the second. It'll get me the file. How's your wrist?
Healed, thank you.
I was wrong. I went to prison. I paid the price.
You're a changed man.
I said I was wrong. I didn't say I changed. I haven't. Neither of you, which
Analyze
is
it however you like. We're not friends anymore.
You missed lunch, tracking down the plasma donors. You're Reuben from the cafeteria.
Thanks.
Even if your patient dies, someone will get the lungs.
You really haven't changed. But I've given up red meat.
Dinner later? I'll pick something up.
I heard about a good new vegetarian place.
Screw that. I want a steak. I'll meet you at your place at 8.
Our paths they cross.
Why the hell do you want to come back?
Tired of surfing.
He hasn't changed.
And neither has the job, right?
You think people can change?
No. But I don't think that's going to change your opinion because people don't change.
Not worth listening to you whine about your feelings and fears for 3 days.
It's not gonna happen. I've taken a vow.
People don't change. You are a person, ergo, pass.
Wilson's right. He's always right. He's always been your good side.
I always wondered why I photographed so poorly.
Because he's always played that role. You've never had to develop a conscience of your own.
People don't change. Consciences don't spontaneously develop.
You're wrong, Greg.
I opened my mouth because I thought it was more.
You know it's the same, or you wouldn't be bickering with me while the flames lick at your feet. You are afraid of this decision, and you are trying to argue until fate takes it out of your hands. You're taking the cowardly way out. And worse, you are too cowardly to even admit you're taking the cowardly way out.
You're right. But I can change.
When the cancer starts getting really bad.
Brain tumor. She's gonna die. Boring. Cancer's boring.